What could a 4-year-old Russian influencer, a popular Indian cartoon duo, and an ancient Hindu deity possibly have in common? Well, they're all absolute titans in the crazy attention economy of YouTube. Today, we're going to break down how one of these channels has cracked a powerful formula for digital success. And it's a formula rooted in stories that are literally thousands of years old.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to start by trying to grasp the sheer scale of this whole thing. Then we'll get granular and dissect a single viral video to see what makes it tick. We'll look at its emotional core, figure out its place in the massive YouTube kingdom, and really understand the currency that drives it all. And then we'll pull it all together into a formula for creating a modern myth.
First up, let's set the stage. We're not just talking about some popular video here. We're talking about a level of viewership that seriously rivals and sometimes even blows past traditional media giants. This isn't just kids' entertainment, it's a genuine cultural force.
Okay, get a load of this number. Over 6.6 million views. And get this, in just 9 months. So what kind of content pulls in that kind of attention? Is it a trailer for the next blockbuster movie? A new hit song from a global pop star? What could possibly be this popular?
Well, the answer is actually a cartoon about the Hindu deity Krishna. And this isn't just some random kids show, it's a fascinating case study in how ancient cultural stories are being totally repackaged for a huge global digital-first audience. So how in the world did they pull it off? To really understand this video's success, we have to start where every single viewer, and more importantly the YouTube algorithm starts, the title. It is an absolute masterclass in how to grab someone's attention in a super crowded feed.
I mean, just look at this thing. It's such a brilliant mix of elements. You've got the flute emoji, which is an instant visual cue for Krishna. You've got the clear, searchable English phrases like best animations and kids' stories. But the real hook, the cultural key that unlocks it all, is that phrase right in the middle, goodness K superstar.
And this brings us to this idea of Hinglish. Now, this isn't just broken English or random slang. It's a dynamic, living, breathing, hybrid language that really reflects a modern Indian identity. It's familiar, it's cool, and for connecting with an audience, it's an incredibly powerful tool.
And this comparison just lays it all out, doesn't it? Superstar of goodness sounds kind of formal, a little stiff, but goodness ka superstar, that's got a rhythm to it, it has style. It feels authentic and modern to the target audience, and it perfectly bridges the gap between an ancient story and a kid watching on a tablet today.
But you know, this strategy of blending the traditional with the modern goes even deeper than the title. If we take a look at the video's description, we find this simple, really powerful emotional hook that's at the very core of its marketing.
The description kicks off with this line in Hinglish, which basically translates to, "This child's heart is completely pure because he thinks well of everyone." And look at that, framed again with those perfect emojis. This isn't just a summary of the plot, it's a direct pitch to your emotions.
So what they're doing here is absolutely brilliant. They're packaging the entire premise of the show in one sentence. They're taking the vast, complex mythology of a deity and boiling it all down to a universal and super easy to digest theme, kindness. You know, in a chaotic digital world that's filled with noise, a message of simple, uncomplicated goodness just cuts right through. It's a value parents are actively looking for, and it's positive, which the algorithms tend to love.
But look, having a great message is really only half the battle. To truly appreciate the success here, we have to understand the kingdom it's fighting to rule, an incredibly crowded and fiercely competitive digital ecosystem.
I mean, just look at these numbers. Even within its own channel, other Krishna episodes that focus on different things like playfulness or divine power are pulling in 20, even 40 million views. Then you zoom out to other Indian hits like Motu Patlu, which is at 19 million, or the global behemoth Vlad and Nikita with a staggering 159 million views on a single video. This is the arena they are playing in.
These aren't just abstract numbers on a screen. They represent a global audience of millions upon millions of children, and every single content creator out there is fighting for a piece of their attention. Let's try to visualize the sheer scale of that fight. And this chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? We're comparing a high-performing 40 million view Krishna episode, which is amazing, and another major Indian hit, to the global slice-of-life phenomenon that is Vlad and Nikita. The scale is almost hard to comprehend. Success here isn't measured in thousands, but in tens, even hundreds of millions of views. In this digital kingdom, clicks are currency, and view counts are pure power. It's a really high-stakes game where deep cultural specificity has to compete with the unforgiving dynamics of a truly global platform. So after looking at all this, the numbers, the language, the emotional messaging, the intense competition, what's the big takeaway? Well, we can actually distill all this success down into a pretty clear, repeatable formula.
So here it is, the viral formula. Step 1. You start with a story that has deep cultural roots and timeless appeal. In this case, the stories of Krishna. Step 2. You don't just retell it, you totally reinvent it with high-quality animation that can stand up against anything else on the global stage. Step 3. You package it using the native language of the internet. Emojis, hybrid languages, search-friendly titles. And finally, step 4, you unleash it on a platform that's literally built for massive, repeatable viewership.
Ultimately, what we're really seeing here is the creation of a whole new kind of myth. It's born from ancient tradition, sure, but it's been perfectly engineered to win in the age of the modern algorithm. This is how timeless stories stay relevant in the 21st century.